Imagine walking into a room and knowing exactly what's about to happen. No, not in a psychic way. This is pure pattern recognition. Predictive thinking is the ability to anticipate actions, outcomes, and reactions before they unfold. And trust me, it's a skill, not luck. How to train it? Your ability to predict the future isn't some mystical gift. It's pure observation and pattern recognition. People are creatures of habit, and the more you study them, the easier it is to anticipate their next move. How to sharpen this skill? Watch people like a detective. Pay attention to their body language, tone shifts and reactions, the way someone folds their arms or avoids eye contact. It tells you more than their words ever will. Track how events unfold, whether it's office politics, social dynamics, or even global trends. There's always a pattern. Spot it early, and you'll know what's coming before anyone else. Constantly ask yourself, what's next? If you can predict an outcome, you can influence it. If you can influence it, you can control it. And the ones who can control outcomes, they're the ones who win. Step 1. Build mental agility. Most people fail, not because they made the wrong choice, but because they refuse to change course when they should have. They pick a plan, get attached, and go down with the ship instead of jumping to a lifeboat. Mental agility is what separates those who crash and burn from those who adapt and thrive. How to develop it? Put yourself in situations where the rules keep changing. Try puzzles that shift midway. Take on projects with unpredictable challenges, or play strategy games that force you to adjust on the fly. Argue both sides. Take a strong stance on a topic, then flip and defend the opposite side just as passionately. It forces your brain to see multiple angles, making you a tactical thinker. Make change your normal. Break your routines, challenge your comfort zones, and deliberately create obstacles for yourself. The more unpredictable your daily life becomes, the faster your brain learns to pivot without panic. When others freeze in chaos, you'll move like water, adapting, adjusting, and always staying one step ahead. Why does this work? Your brain is like a command center, and when stress hits, it either takes control or crashes. The prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for logic, decision-making, and problem-solving, fires up when you're under pressure. This is what allows some people to stay sharp in chaos while others spiral into panic. For most, stress is the enemy. It scrambles their thoughts, fogs their judgment, and turns them into deer caught in headlights. But here's the kicker. If you train your brain to thrive in high-stakes moments, everything changes. By deliberately exposing yourself to controlled stress, what I call cognitive tension, you rewire your mind to function at peak performance, no matter the situation. The more you do it, the more efficient your brain becomes under pressure. Your thinking speeds up, your decision-making sharpens, and problems that once seemed overwhelming become nothing more than puzzles waiting to be solved. The result? You don't just get smarter, you become a strategist. You start noticing what others miss. You see solutions before problems even fully form. You don't just survive under pressure, you dominate in it. This isn't just about intelligence. It's about becoming a force, the kind of person who doesn't flinch when things go sideways, someone who moves through chaos with absolute precision. And when you reach that level, the game changes. You're not just another player anymore, you're the one controlling the board. No room for average, only mastery. The world doesn't reward those who blend in. It bows to those who rise above, sharpen their skills, and take control. with ruthless precision. Mastering this mental framework isn't about slow, incremental progress. It's about reaching a level where you don't just compete. You dictate the rules of the game. Every move you make becomes deliberate, unstoppable, inevitable. If you've made it this far, congratulations. You're already ahead of most people. But what comes next? That's the real test. This isn't just another list of productivity hacks or surface-level advice. What you're about to learn is a blueprint for absolute dominance. Most people will never reach this level. They'll settle. They'll stay predictable. They'll remain easy to read, easy to counter, easy to control. But not you. Step 4, the power of unpredictability. Predictability is a death sentence. The moment people figure out your next move, you lose leverage. They prepare. They adjust. They take control. And just like that, you go from being a player to being played. This is where most people fail. They become too easy to read. Their routines, reactions, and decisions become obvious. They follow patterns, and patterns are easy to dismantle. If you want to stay ahead, you need to become unreadable. But let's be clear, unpredictability isn't chaos. It's not about making random moves just for the sake of it. It's about mastering the art of controlled misdirection. Keep your true intentions hidden while making others believe they've cracked your code. The moment they feel comfortable, hit them with something they never saw coming. Confusion is a weapon. Misdirection is an advantage. And, when used correctly, unpredictability is pure power. How to become unpredictable. Unpredictability isn't about chaos, it's about control. The ability to disrupt expectations while staying 10 steps ahead is what separates true strategists from the rest. If people can read you, they can counter you. But if you keep them guessing, you force them into a game they can't win. Here's how you do it. Break patterns with precision. Make decisions that seem unexpected, but fit perfectly into your larger plan. Take calculated risks when others expect you to play it safe. Just when people think they've figured you out, change the game. Disrupt your own routine. If you always take the same approach to solving problems, stop. Switch it up. Change your work habits, your conversational style, even how you respond to challenges. The goal: stay unreadable. When no one can predict your next move, you remain in control. Never reveal your full hand oversharing kills strategy. Drop just enough information to satisfy curiosity, but never lay out your full plan. A half-truth is often more misleading than silence. Create false trails. Sometimes, letting people believe they've figured you out is the best way to manipulate outcomes. Guide them toward conclusions that benefit you, while your real strategy unfolds behind the scenes. The result? People waste energy trying to anticipate you while you stay ahead, calm, and in command. Step 2. Mastering emotional intelligence. Being smart isn't enough. You can outthink the room, but if you can't read the room, you'll still lose. While logic helps you win arguments, emotional intelligence helps you win people, and that's the real power move. Emotional intelligence is like having a superpower in social situations. Ever walked into a room and instantly felt the vibe? That's EI in action. It's the difference between just being smart and being truly influential. While logic is the sword, emotional intelligence is the hand that swings it, helping you read people, predict their moves, and steer conversations in your favor. And no, this isn't about manipulation. It's about awareness, strategy, and knowing when to push forward or pull back. So, how do you sharpen this skill? 1. Learn to read the unspoken. People may lie with their words, but their body language, that's a different story. A forced smile, a slight hesitation before answering, a micro-expression that flickers for a split second. These are gold mines of information. The better you get at spotting them, the easier it becomes to see who's bluffing, who's uncomfortable, and who's genuinely on your side. 2. Listen like a pro. Most people listen just to reply, but you'll listen to understand. Because half of communication isn't in what's said, it's in what's left unsaid. The pauses, the tone shifts, the emotions hiding between the lines. Master this, and suddenly, people will start telling you everything without even realizing it. 3. Take control of your own emotions. You can't read others if you're blinded by your own reactions. Emotional intelligence starts with mastering yourself. Know your triggers, control your impulses. Instead of reacting, respond with precision. Whether it's keeping your cool under pressure, exuding confidence when you need to, or even using silence as a power move, emotional mastery puts you in the driver's seat. In short, emotional intelligence isn't just a soft skill. It's the secret weapon that separates those who merely exist in the world from those who know how to shape it. The hidden power of emotional intelligence. Raw intelligence can win arguments, but emotional intelligence wins people. And when you win people, you control outcomes. Think about it. When you understand what drives someone, what triggers them, what calms them, you gain an unfair advantage. You don't just react to situations, you shape them. You can predict reactions before they happen. You can shift perspectives without force. You can guide decisions while making others feel like they're in control. The real power. People will never realize they've been led. Master this, and suddenly, you're the one who sets the tone in every room. You dictate the energy, the narrative, and, ultimately, the results. When you control emotions, you control actions. And when you control actions, you dictate the game. Step 3. The 48-hour mastermind rules success. Step back. Failure. Step back. The biggest advantage doesn't come from what you do in the moment, but from what you learn afterward. Most people either celebrate too soon or wallow in defeat. Smart people, they analyze. Here's the rule. After any major win or loss, take 48 hours to reflect. No knee-jerk reactions, no overconfidence, no panic, just pure strategy. Let your brain process what really happened. Identify patterns you didn't catch in the moment. Extract lessons while everyone else is still reacting. This isn't hesitation. This is precision. The 48-hour rule ensures that every success makes you sharper, and every mistake makes you untouchable. The 48-hour rule. The art of making smarter moves. Ever made a decision in the heat of the moment, only to regret it later? Maybe you sent that angry email, invested in something that felt right, or made a commitment you immediately wished you could escape. Well, here's a simple fix. The 48-hour rule. It's not magic, it's strategy. Step 1. Hit pause before big decisions. Before making any major move, wait 48 hours. Why? Because time creates distance, and distance brings clarity. When you step back, your subconscious gets to work, connecting dots you didn't even know existed. Ever had a eureka moment in the shower, or while taking a walk? That's your brain doing its best work when you're not forcing it. Step 2. Study your wins and losses. Just closed a deal? Had a tough conversation? Screwed something up? Instead of moving on instantly, dissect it. What worked? What didn't? What could you have done differently? The people who rise to the top aren't the ones who never fail. They're the ones who actually learn from their mistakes. Step 3. Challenge your own plan. Even if your original idea seems solid, use this waiting period to ask, is there a better way? The best strategists don't just settle for good enough. They refine, adjust, and prepare for unexpected twists. Thinking through alternatives makes you sharper, more adaptable, and less likely to get blindsided. The power of strategic patience. The 48-hour rule isn't about delaying life. It's about playing smarter. Impulsive people react. Strategic people respond. Over time, this habit turns you into someone who sees things before they happen, dodges bad decisions, and executes with precision. And in a world where most people act first and think later, that's your ultimate advantage. Why this works. Pausing isn't weakness, it's strategy. While most people rush into their next move, hoping instinct will save them, the real winners step back. That's when something incredible happens. Your brain shifts into deep processing mode, connecting the dots others can't even see. Problems that seemed impossible? Suddenly, the answers are obvious. That's the power of delayed reflection. It's the hidden weapon of top leaders, master strategists, and innovators who always seem to be one step ahead. The outcome: you stop reacting. You start orchestrating. With a mind sharpened by reflection, you move with precision, making decisions that feel almost inevitable. Every action carries weight. Every step feels calculated. You stop playing by the rules and start writing them. The shift in reality. When you adopt these principles, cognitive tension, predictive thinking, emotional intelligence, and unpredictability, you don't just level up, you become the level. People will sense it before you even say a word. A presence that demands attention, a confidence that doesn't need to be loud to be felt. Your challenge: pick one principle from this system, maybe predictive thinking, mental agility, or controlled unpredictability. And for the next 7 days, master it. Push your limits. Train your mind to see opportunities where others freeze, because the difference between those who watch and those who win is simple: execution. Reflection, where the real growth happens. All right, now take a step back. What did you learn? What threw you off? What shifted in your thinking as you leveled up your awareness? Here's the hard truth. Knowing isn't enough. The world is filled with people who know what to do, but never do it. The only thing separating the forgettable from the unstoppable is execution. So, what's next? Take the first step, because while everyone else is busy overthinking, doubting, and waiting for the perfect time, you'll already be in motion. And when the world finally notices, they'll have no idea what just hit them.